Welcome back, guys. Today I'm going to be showing you once again how to invest properly in EAFC so you make a ton of coins even when you're not playing the game. So if you're new around here and you need a team like mine, you're in the right place. All you've got to do is hit that subscribe button, drop a like down below, and of course, if you want some coins in a bit of a faster way, well, if you guys are fed up of coming against neeks like me and foot champs who use loans and OP cards from day one,
I'm getting really sick of you! Get out now!
Then you need to head over to mitchcactus.com, where not only can you buy the cheapest and most reliable FIFA coins on the EA market, you'll find over 10,000 reviews from people who have used the services and enjoyed them in the past. So make sure to head over to mitchcactus.com and use code RECALL for 5% off. Now guys, when we head over to the transfer list, what you will always see is that I've got always a ton of 83s, 82s sat there on the transfer list. And the reason is because these cards go up and down all the time. And actually, they're usually very investable. I mean, still 83s. I mean, 1.3. You know, the second that an SBC that really ramps these up, they are going to soar to at least 2,000 coins and you're absolutely making bank. If you head over to 83s right now, looking at Footbin, head over to cheapest player by rating, what you will see is 83s are absolutely in the mud. Right now, you can pick up most 83s for 900 coins, which is pretty much as low as they're possibly going to go. Now, we've spoken about this absolutely tons over the last few weeks, and it's always going to be in the investment videos because at the minute, it's always an investment. Now, of course, when you are looking for these 83s, you want to be careful going for the ones that are commonly gone for. For example, if you go on Footbin, the top kind of 5 aren't really going to be well priced. Let's go for Botman, for example. We've seen him there. And the best thing to do with these, if you are invested in them, to be honest, if you've got the time, is just go ahead and bid on a ton of them. So if we pop the max price here to literally, I mean, 800 coins, maybe 850. Okay, so there's some at 850, so we could bid every single one of these to 900 coins. We're happy to do that. If we scroll along a little bit further, let's go find 850s that haven't been bidded on. So if we have a look through here, there's definitely going to be some. Now, we're probably going to win a lot of these because they are literally minimum price. And am I going to sell them on very soon? Probably not. It might take me a couple of days, maybe even a week. But over the Winter Wildcards promo, we know they're going to drop something that's going to ramp up 83s, ramp up 84s. It's going to happen. So it's good to be prepared and get a few of these cards in your bank. Now, of course, heading back over to Footbin and looking at some higher rated cards, where can we lay our coins in the best possible way? Now, right now, if you have a look, Goetze, Oyazabal, Viali, some of these special cards that are in the price of fodder are always the best ones to go. You especially want to go for the ones that are still in pack. So you've got that Oyazabal, you've got the new Shaqiri card, and that Royce as well is actually definitely a big buy. Now, the reason I always go for active special cards is because they are always going to have that little bit of an edge below the actual rating of those cards, because 89s will have a value based on the fact that, okay, all 89 cards, they'll maybe be a minimum of, let's say, 36,000 coins. But when Marco Royce is getting packed time and time after again, and because he's a useless special card, he's considered one of the worst ones, he can go below that kind of minimum that they're set. Now, right now, he's actually pretty much dead set on the value. It does look like you can snipe him for less. I mean, look over at Footbin. Let me just check. As far as Footbin is concerned, an 89... okay, pretty much should be about 32k. So those two, I mean, he should be 34. So you can see he's a little bit cheaper. Got him at 32,750. So that one I'm going to keep. I reckon he goes to 36, maybe even higher when some big fodder comes out. And I can actually sit here and while he's still active, go and snipe him because there will be cards that are going to come up. I can store them. I can wait around for them. Of course, bidding is an option on these higher cards. It's just a lot harder to win the bid on the higher cards. Now, there are a few other cards similarly in this promo that you can go for. I think where you look at the other cards where they're not just minimum, I mean, obviously Royce, he may go up if, for example, Adeyemi gets a Winter Wild card, or Goretzka, or is there any Dortmund, maybe Emre Can has potential, or for example, Evos, which are going to affect the players around the Dortmund or the German Bundesliga. That would have been a nice snipe. I'm a little bit pissed that we've missed that one. I'll be honest, guys. 11,250. That would have, you know, that would have breaded my butter for the day. But apparently, it's not to be. So what you can, of course, do always a little bit of compare price. I always find that a little bit easier to snipe. Now, I know this is an investing video, but we can always snipe our investments. There's nothing to say you can't snipe your investments because actually, that's usually a good way to go. It means you're getting your investment at a lower value. You're instantly making profit, which means you won't lose money on your investment. And you've also got a bigger profit when the investment comes in. So that's a win-win scenario. Now, we were talking about the other Winter Wildcards that you might want to invest in now. Well, you know, especially when this content changes, when we go over to the next team, a lot of these are going to drop. Unless they have a big value, a lot of these are going to drop. So you've got the likes of Shaqiri here, who I would absolutely say we can invest in. He's definitely an easy pull. His minimum is 10.8, and he's pretty much going for 12. You can get him for his minimum, and that's going to be a really easy one to make coins off. So I'd actually say off the bat, we should just go and have a look at him first of all, see if we can pick up a few cards. Even if we bid on every single card on the market, we will win one of them. Is that the same guy? He looks very different on this card. Very different trim. But we're going to go for... I feel, first of all, we'll just see if we can get a snipe, just off the bat, snipe, 11,750, 11,500, we'll take that, easy, done. That's cool. That's actually, I think, under what they're going for at the minute, so that's an investment, probably end up in an SBC of myself anyway. 11,500, we can sit here and just snipe away at this guy as much as we want. We got an 11 there, easy, there's not even any competition, it's going down like butter, so we can get them very easily. They're going to rise as soon as a big SBC comes out. I think every day that a big SBC comes out, these cards absolutely soar. And as I've said before, you always want to snipe your investments because it's just a bit of extra profit. Who says no to extra coins? I certainly do not. So it's definitely a big win to get those at a little bit of an extra push. Now, what's good about this guy as well is if we sit here and bid on a ton of these, which we easily can, if we go just over to the bidding section, guys, the cheapest 87s right now, the absolute cheapest, which it says on Footbin, is 11k. But you won't be able to get them for 11k because Footbin says they're 11k. So at that point, you simply just can't get them for that much. So if we just bid on a few of these, we're not really going to pay any more than what we should. We've got 10 750s on the deck here. We can just go for every single one of these. And by the time that the promo comes out in an hour's time, I'm going to have a few of these sat in the bank. There's going to be an SBC. It's going to come out. And I'm going to absolutely cake it in. So it's a win-win scenario. Now, going back to the other players, as we've spoken about before, which ones of these are going to go up based on essentially other cards? They're not going to go up based on their rating because Grimaldo is worth more than an 88 by a fucking mile. And of course, so is Baldy. Baldy is actually, I think, 70k right now, which is not a bad time to get in. But basically, these cards are going to go up based on who comes out next. Now, we already know, as we saw on this thumbnail, that we're going to have a Kunde centre-back card, which, oh my God, when that comes out, I am going to cream myself because he is unbelievable. But that does mean that this card is going to rise because realistically, who else do you pair with him? Obviously, there's an array of right backs. There's Kyle Walker, you've got his Evo, but he doesn't fit with Kunde. And if you need, let's say you don't have a La Liga Santander team, Kunde goes in. Who goes next to him? Of course, his Winter Wildcard best mate right back. They're both right backs for Barca. Who else would you put with him? It just makes sense. So he's going to go up a little bit. Similarly, Grimaldo, I think if we get anyone, I mean, to be fair, Leverkusen's got an absolute stacked team at the minute of specials, so I don't think that's going to be a big change. But Spanish Bundesliga, if there is any, I can't think, is there any Spanish Bundesliga player? Let's just have a look just to check. Bundesliga. We're just going to, I think he's probably the best one. The only thing that I can think of is if we get ourselves, yeah, I don't think Olmo's really going to get one. If you have a look at Leverkusen, Frimpong, if he gets another one, that's going to soar. The other option is just if there is a really, really good Bundesliga card, that could rise him as well. I feel like his is going to take a more specific route of Spanish or Leverkusen. If we see a Leverkusen player, absolutely that's going to soar. I think the best one right now is going to be Baldy. Obviously, looking at the other ones just off the bat, just to give like sort of other definitive options. Baldy is a really good in point right now. I'd say not really the likes of Dumfries, really. Berardi is an interesting one. The card is good. And for the league he's in, there aren't many good cards. So if there is a Serie A card, that could easily go up. I think she's incredible. I can't believe that she is that price. She may go up if I suppose it'd be quite specific, but if a City player came out. Obviously, we've already had, I think it's Hemp. We've already had her get quite a big Thunderstruck card. If you were to then get Kelly to actually get a really big card, that's where you'd look at there being a big soar in her because both of them are going to be in every team in Weekend League. Now, if you have enjoyed this video, you've got any insight from it, benefited at all, just drop a like down below and of course subscribe. It's always greatly appreciated. And as usual, I'll see you guys tomorrow.